Hi, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your July 13th, 2022 Supermoon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will be listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, a warning not to be scammed by anybody pretending to be me or any other reader, asking you if you would like a reading, asking you for any money. Please be astoundingly cautious. All right, now with that said, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's start off, Capricorn, about talking about this moon for just a moment. This moon is a supermoon. It is on the 13th of July, and it is in Capricorn, so it really speaks to us during this time. And this moon has us wanting to be useful. It has us wanting to be validated. It has us wanting to be able to achieve what we want to achieve, but doing it off of the way others perceive us instead of the way that we're looking at ourselves. Instead of looking for the approval within, we're going to tend to look at the approval of others, the approval outwardly that we are getting. And this can really knock us off course. So we need to just be aware of this. We need to be aware of being so driven and so focused and so determined that we lose sight of almost anything else. But it can also be that we're holding ourselves to such exacting standards that it becomes overwhelming. We can't live up to them. And so it can bring in a bout of melancholy where it's like, well, why even try? So just be very aware of this. This moon is heavy. It's heavy for everyone. It's intense for everyone. But it's going to be a little bit more so because it's our moon. It speaks to us in our exact, language, in the exact way that we hear things, comprehend things. It's like somebody speaking to us in our love language. That's absolutely perfect. It seduces us, but it's going to seduce us with do better, try harder, push yourself further. And that's what we need to be mindful of. So let's look at what we need to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Okay, so we have 3 cards coming forward, which I think is a bit much, but I mean, spirit is showing it. So we're going to start off first with the sun, because that is the most positive card, meaning that you can think that you're absolutely golden, right? Everything is perfect. Or you're dealing with somebody and you think, wow, they have everything under control. This is going to be something that's gilded, not golded. So the rot underneath. Things are going to come up and we're going to want to just smile through them. And we're going to want to pretend that everything is okay. It doesn't mean unburden all our woes on a stranger or somebody like that. It means that we have to be honest with ourselves, that we want things to be shining just so perfectly, that we're going to really miss some big signs that come forward if we're not aware, if we're not focused within ourselves and really connecting, really listening to the world around us and people around us. We can do that for ourselves, just smile through everything, but also with people who we usually think like, oh, that's the good kid, or oh, that's not somebody I need to worry about. This is a time where we don't need to per se worry, but we just need to connect. It's going to be so important to connect, and that person will say something like, oh wow, I'm so glad we had this talk, or I miss talking to you like this. It's going to be really sweet, but it is going to be needed. We then have the 9 of Wands. We're listening to a lot of people. We're listening to a lot of different ways we should be doing things, or how other people want us to be doing things. This is a time to realize that we've been through the battles. We've been through the wars. And now it is time to say, what do I need for myself? Like, where do I need to stand? And what's important for me? Because if we're living to everybody else's expectations and we're trying to, be perfect to everyone, we're just going to fail everyone, including ourselves. And then with the 3 of Swords, there's heartbreaks and pains and disappointments coming forward. We need to name them. We're going to want to kind of push everything away and again smile through it all. And Spirit's saying, no, be open, be honest with the pain that you're carrying. The Three of Swords is heartbreak and pain and disappointment and anger and upset and upheaval. We need to name it. We need to see it. We need to own it instead of letting it own us. Our our chakra message, angels and spirit guides show me clearly, guide this reading and show me clearly, is inspiration. This is the sacral chakra. Creatively, personally, sensually, we're going to find a lot of inspiration within the world. Now, it can be from being out in nature. It can be from just connecting with our own thoughts and our own wants and our own needs and really seeing ourselves in an open, honest way. The sacral chakra is where we hold our creativity. It's where we hold our sensuality. It's where we hold what's so important for us as we express and connect with others. The sacral chakra is also seen as the way that we connect with people sexually. That doesn't have to be the case at all. It can just be bringing that sensual energy forward. Because even why I paused with saying it is because we're going to think, oh, it has to be like this certain way, or it has to be just like this. And Spirit's saying, don't box yourself in. Don't put yourself into, oh, well, it has to be making sure that things are, just like this in relationships, or only this type of relationship we're talking about here. Like Spirit's like, no. It's about connection with ourselves and with the world around us and really bringing that beauty forward. So let's see what the moon has to say for herself. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading. And show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Okay, so it's time to take action. This is the new moon in Aries, and there's just a sense of it's time to take action towards what we want. It's time to breathe out. Now, I thought that was so interesting. So take time to breathe out, and it's time to take action, come together. So we're going to really actually be driven towards this card, the new moon in Aries. It's time to take action. It's time to go after things. It's time to achieve and succeed and let nothing hold me back. That's going to be where we feel the most comfortable. It's time to, to take a breath out. It's time, take time to breathe out. There we go. Is what we need to do. Even saying it gets jumbled. And for me, from Spirit. So this is going to be something where we're like, listen, I can breathe out. I can take time to meditate and to connect with myself, when I've achieved, when I've done what I need to do. But again, you have to be mindful here, Capricorn, of a burnout. You have to be mindful of putting so much pressure and so much time and so much, focus on yourself that all of a sudden you just wind up scrolling through your phone. All of a sudden your productivity just plummets because you're not taking time to breathe and connect and to be you and to see you. Because if you don't see you, my gosh, how will anybody else? If you want to hide away, if you feel overwhelmed, that's the energy that's going out. And so it's going to be, it's going to be a contradiction. There's going to be that part where I'm working so hard, I'm so determined, I'm so focused, I want to achieve. That comes forward. But then it's also the energy of I want to be left alone. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm so overwhelmed. That comes forward. So we'll push forward and just to step backwards. So just be aware of this. We need peace. That take time to breathe out. We need to also connect with peace and harmony and a sense of focus. I mean, on the 13th of July, if you can sit in meditation with yourself, if you could just sit outside and have a cup of tea and just let yourself connect with the world around you, connect with your own feelings and desires, connect with what's important, to embrace peace the way that you can, that will be the game changer. And it moves you to fruition. It moves you to bringing to fruition what is needed. All of a sudden, this moon is going to illuminate something within us that has been hidden, that has been held back. And now we're starting to bring to fruition through that peace, through that calm, exactly where we need to be. We're going to be rewriting things. We're going to be rediscovering things. This is also going to be a time where look at what you really want to do. There's something here, Capricorn, that you have wanted to do, that you have wanted to bring forward. And there's always been a good reason not to. There's always been something getting in the way. This is going to be the time where it's like, no, I'm taking the bull by the horns. I'm going after what I want. I am determined and I am focused. And I'm taking this energy of achievement And instead of putting it on, how do people see that I'm achieving? How can I, live this life and be as prosperous and as bountiful as they expect me to be? But how can I be as prosperous and bountiful as I need me to be? It moves us to our tarot energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Ooh, goodness. Okay. Just gonna let them fall. There we go. And show me clearly. Yeah. Now that's funny. I was just going to say, okay. So the sun is in Cancer. Now Cancer is our sister sign. So this can be a time for us with, the sun period in Cancer, where either it absolutely builds us up wonderfully, or we just find it a bit trying. Now we have the Queen of Cups and we have the Ace of Cups. We're taking this gift of love. We're taking this gift of what we desire, and we're moving forward with it. Now the Queen of Cups is gentle and calm and kind and quiet. Now we might say, okay, that's a generalization, but no, the Queen of Cups is the gentlest of the queens. She's the calmest. She is the most centered within herself and the most feminine of them. And what we're seeing with having this gift from God, Source Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe of the Ace of Cups, we're taking what we love and we're focusing it. This is going to be a time, Capricorn, where feminine energy, right? Feminine love and determination and focus and focusing on the subtle things. That's going to be so important. We're going to want to push that away because we have, the new moon in Aries that really speaks to us. We want that fire and that passion and that conquering, that way of seeing success. But this is going to be much quieter. This is a quote unquote, very atypical feminine energy. Now, whether that's the type of feminine energy that you want to embrace within your life all the time, that's a different story. But it is the type here and now that it's saying, slow down, connect with what you love, connect with what you need, let your heart move you forward. There's also a sense here of let your heart move you forward. Listen to what your heart is saying. Listen to what it is that you really love and need and desire and where it is that you want to be. The Chariot, this is a time, Capricorn, where you can take the reins, and say, I need to move forward this way. I need to go after this. I want, this from my life. And yes, because it's our sister sign, it can test us or it can absolutely embrace and love us. But what we're going to find is that we do move forward in a way that has been unexpected, in a way that has been challenging for us, but in a way that is more us than we had imagined. This is also going to be a time where we might find ourselves opening up to what we love, opening up more and more to being us, the hands being raised, the sense of the head being lifted. If we could sit in that pose for even just like a minute a day, letting in the energy, letting in, what spirit wants to tell us, saying, connect with your heart more, let your heart lead you. That's going to be beautiful. And it moves us then to the Ace of Wands. This is God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing us our passion, handing us our creativity, handing us our fire. This is the reason we get out of bed in the morning. It's because we're driven. And here, we're driven by love, and love drives us. That is going to be a beautiful combination, and it's going to be one that we find a little bit terrifying. Now, our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Queen of Cups. We can go too far into embracing what we love. We can go too far into embracing our emotions so that all that we have is the chaos of emotions. And that can be too much. We can also have people who are emotionally manipulative, seeing that our emotions are so near the surface, are such a part of us that they're like, oh, well, I can use this. So just be mindful of this. Be mindful of the heart taking over. So we don't want to be so logical that we become cold and brittle. We don't want to be so emotional that we become like just draining, right? To even be around, where people are like, oh my gosh, mood swings every 5 seconds, like being around a toddler, right? It can be wonderful, but then it can also be super draining. So just be aware of this. Our subconscious tarot message is clarity, and this is the third eye chakra. There's a veil being lifted from our eyes. We're seeing things so much more clearly, with so much more focus, with so much more insight. It's like a magnifying glass being put on things. The clarity that comes in, it's like we have laser focus in certain areas, and it amplifies everything. So just be aware that the clarity subconsciously that we're bringing is a lot more intense than maybe even we realize or, have been prepared for. Our subconscious, I love that. Our subconscious Luna message is the supermoon, and this is the supermoon. It says emotions run high, which they absolutely do. Protection. As emotions run high, protect yourself, ground yourself, see what it is that you need and want and desire, and move forward in that balance. The supermoon, the sense of everything being so much more intense. We need to know also that we are protected from that protection, from that supermoon, from the emotions just absolutely engulfing us. Our subconscious tarot message is the Two of Wands. It's an opening up of the door. It's seeing that there's more there than we had originally thought. Subconsciously, we're looking for more. We're looking for an adventure or a new way forward, or, seeing what it is that we really want. The Two of Wands is saying, there's more here than meets the eye, and your adventure awaits. All right, Capricorn. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this supermoon and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Capricorn, and may you have a blessed moon.